In 2005, my husband Steve was diagnosed with lung cancer. 2 years later, his mother Sylvia was diagnosed with lymphoma, and she came to live with us. I became a full-time caregiver to both mother and son, both with cancer and both with very unique caregiving needs. I had taken care of people before, even Steve, but nothing was ever this challenging. I had no one to turn to, no one I could ask for help.
Adrienne is one of 65 million caregivers. Our aging, longer living population and special needs families will only increase the demand for caregivers like her. There might already be someone close to you volunteering time, money, and energy to care for a loved one.
Steve and Sylvia needed me home with them as much as possible, so face-to-face support groups were pretty much out of the question because they would take me away from them. I knew I needed an outlet for my feelings if I was going to be able to continue to care for them the way that I had been, with the same positive attitude. What kept me going was the vision of a website. I knew all along I wanted to give back, and my vision ultimately became the Caregiver Space.
Caregivers don't have to do this alone. At the Caregiver Space, they'll join a community of caregivers who will be there throughout their journey whenever they need it. We're dedicated to caring for the caregiver in your life, every step of the way. Our website creates an opportunity to foster new friendships with other caregivers and build a network of support through group chats, private messaging, forum topics, and journal posts. Reflect on your experience. Tell your story. Make time for you.
I honestly believe that journaling saved my life, or at least my sanity. I tried to do it every day, even if it was just a sentence like, "Steve is being impossible again and I've got no time to write." It was like I talked to my journal, and I got all the anger and frustration out of my system when I actually wrote it down. It was also the place that I put the darker feelings of fear and isolation, all of the what-ifs of my life, of every caregiver's life. Ultimately, my journal was the one thing I had left that was entirely about me.
There's nothing as healing as talking to someone who understands. With our blog, care cards, and thoughtful content, we cultivate a space just for the caregiver, focused exclusively on their needs. We're here to make sure caregivers are heard, seen, and celebrated.
I've been able to cover the costs of the Caregiver Space so far, but now I need your help. We need funding to cover daily operating costs, support the work of my dedicated team, and continue to enhance and expand the features on the site. Your contribution will ensure that no caregiver will have to go it alone. At the Caregiver Space, you immediately know that you're a part of a community that understands and cares. Caregiving is an isolating and exhausting experience. I would have been totally drained if I hadn't found an online group to give me the support that I so desperately needed. So I'm asking you to please reach within yourself and give the caregiver in your life a place to turn to and a space where they can belong. Thank you.
Scroll down to learn more about the Caregiver Space.